Welcome to this Adobe Audition tutorial. This will cover the basic functions of recording and editing for the Marketplace workflow. First, a note about the layout or workspace. Audition has panels such as Editor, Markers, Files, etc. that can be resized and arranged by the user. So if I use a panel during this video that you don't have on your layout, find it in the Window menu and click to add. To close a panel, click the three lines next to its title and click Close Panel. To reset the workspace to its default, click Window, Workspace, and then go to Reset to Saved Layout. To record a new file, click File, New, Audio File, set it to 24/48 stereo, give it a name, and click OK. Then just push record to start recording. 1, 2, 3, recording test, and push stop. Here's my new audio file. You can see it has showed up here in the Files panel. Notice the asterisk. In Adobe Audition, an asterisk denotes a file with unsaved changes. If I go to File, Save, I can give the file a new name if I want, put it in a new location, and click OK. The asterisk disappears. Now I'm looking at my new file in the Waveform Editor, one of two editors in Adobe Audition. This editor is where you work on single audio files. The Waveform Editor edits audio files destructively, meaning if I make an edit, like deleting some audio or turning the file up, and then click File, Save, the asterisk goes away. If I was to quit Adobe Audition right now, it would permanently overwrite the audio file. You couldn't recover the original audio file without those edits. So I'm going to undo those, Control-Z, just as normal. But you should be very careful about editing in the waveform view for this reason. If you want to be safe, make a backup copy of your raw audio and store it somewhere else on your hard drive. To add a file from another source into the Waveform Editor, just drag it into the Files panel and double-click. You can navigate around the audio file in the waveform view just by clicking the mouse, spacebar to play and pause, zoom in and out by clicking these buttons down here, or by pressing the plus/minus keys, or using the mouse wheel. A good way to zoom out full is by just clicking this button here. Zooms out all the way. If your cursor's over here on the right side and you use the mouse wheel, you get the vertical zoom. I like to use the waveform view to find important pieces of tape and put markers around them. If you're missing this Markers panel, you can find it up here in the Window menu. To drop a marker at the playhead, click Add Cue Marker, or press the M key. If you click and highlight a range of audio and add a marker, Audition creates a range marker with a beginning and an end. Range markers can function like subclips of audio. To rename one of your range markers or a cue marker, just double-click on it over here, or you can use the / key as a shortcut. So I like to make range markers like this. Select, press M to make a marker, press / to rename. There it is. Press Enter. Last one. M / 03, Enter. I'm going to switch files and make a couple more markers. If you want to use in Outpoints to make your range markers, you can press the I key to set the in point, and then play the file to find your out point, And once you get there, press O. And then M / cool. Or you can press I to set the in point and then click along the timeline. You can even drag to find your out point. Notice that if I set an in point and then try to set my out point by clicking down on the waveform, the in point gets cleared. You have to click up on the timeline. Two last things about the Waveform Editor. Down here on the transport, we have the loop playback feature, which allows you to listen to a selection or an entire audio file on loop. Next to loop playback is skip selection, which allows you to preview a cut. You can turn on skip selection, make a selection, and hit play, and Adobe Audition will skip over the audio you have selected. So those are the basics of the Waveform Editor. In the next video, we'll look at the multitrack editor.